In case you decide to vote for Kamala Harris, there's something you should know. She's not qualified.
Oh, really? Well, I am certain that the guy who voted for a dude who bankrupted multiple casinos, been found liable of fraud on multiple occasions, and violated his oath of office on numerous occasions is an absolute expert on presidential qualifications. Please enlighten us on what makes her so unqualified.
Article 2, Section 1 of the United States Constitution. He shall hold his office during the term of 4 years. Last time I checked, Kamala did not use the pronouns he or him. So, she's unqualified.
That's what you're going with here. Aside from, the blatant sexism of this interpretation, history, English, constitutional law, not really your forte here, huh? But you just felt the need to strike out into a subject that you have no understanding of whatsoever, but thought your opinion was valid and people should give a shit what you think. Well, my cranial constrained friend, I'm guessing you just stopped at Article 1 and did not continue reading the Constitution just a little bit further, down to Article 2, the article that explains the qualifications required to run for president. Natural born citizen, 35 years of age, all that stuff. That article very specifically refers to the presidential candidate as person, person. It's notably missing the word he. But even if the qualifications to run for president didn't say person and it said he, like Article 1 says he, that you really thought you had something with, it still wouldn't mean what that small block in your brain trying to fire 20 degrees after top dead center thinks it means. Because he, in the 18th century, was not a masculine pronoun. So in 1787, that's when they wrote the Constitution. That also happens to be the 18th century, which means the word he is just like the bathrooms you are so terrified of. Gender neutral. However, if we are talking about qualifications for president, the 14th Amendment might disqualify one. Insurrectionists or people who have failed to uphold their oath of office aren't allowed to be involved in government. The one they wrote because they weren't a big fan of traitors after a bunch of traitor tots formed a terror group and committed treason so they could continue owning people. Yeah, as it turns out, inciting an insurrection to overthrow the government and stop the peaceful transfer of power to hang on to the White House after you lost an election would count as a violation of the oath of office and make you an insurrectionist, which would make you unqualified to run for president under the 14th Amendment. Something to consider if that hypothetical ever happened. Anyway, I'm going to leave you with some humble advice. Perhaps you should leave the constitutional interpretation to people who've studied constitutional law, or actually read the Constitution, or have read a history book that allows them to understand the basic meanings of the words in the Constitution. Or, maybe just at least leave it to people who can read. What I'm really getting at is just leave it to anybody but you.